All right, today is when the magic happens. Our paint is dry on top, so we're ready to start creating our radial balance design. And the first step is to draw circles so that we kind of have a guide for where we want our different designs to go. So I'm going to start off with my biggest circle. I'm going to hold it right in the middle of my paper, and then I'm going to use this scratching stick, and I'm just going to trace that all the way around. You might get a little bit of dust on the end of your stick, so if you just clean that off every now and then, it'll keep it sharp so that it's easy to create designs with. So then I'm going to lift it up, and if there were any parts that were maybe didn't get scratched all the way, I could just line it back up again and go over that line one more time. Then I'm going to move on to my next biggest circle, and I can just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle. And what I'm doing is I'm holding that plate still with this hand, making sure it doesn't move, and then I'm moving my stick kind of around my hand, because it's a lot easier for me to move my scratching tool. I don't want to lift this hand up to reach over here, because then this plate will move. Doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. It's okay if it's a little off. And then I'm holding that cup still with one hand, and my scratching tool, I can kind of, so this is perfect, because I wanted to talk about embracing mistakes with this project, and that is an excellent way to start that conversation. So I'm noticing this mistake I made is kind of like a straight line and then a curved line. So I'm just gonna repeat that all the way around. Remember, radial symmetry means that I'm doing the same design and repeating it all the way around a center point. And that center point is this circle, right? And you'll notice that as I scratch my design in, eventually I'll get to a point where, like, it's hard for me to scratch if my hand is like twisted up like that. So what I need to do is just bloop, turn it around so it's easier for me to reach. So I took that mistake and I turned it into a brand new idea that I would not have had on my own. So I'm actually kind of happy that I made that mistake. You can think about lines. You can also create a pattern using shapes. As long as you repeat that same idea all the way around the circle, you are keeping that radial balance. And I would start from the inside and work your way out, because as you draw designs, you can build on top of them. So like right now I have all of these interesting shapes, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a design where I connect one shape to another shape. You're going to want to look at your artwork and see if there are any places that seem like they need more detail. So when I look at my scratch art, I've got a lot of detail right here in the middle, and then out here there's not so much detail. So I might decide to go through and add more details to those spaces.